Hi guys, and welcome to the JKT Radio Podcast, episode 57, and I'm your hostess with the mostest, a giant mushroom, because we're all fun guys here, right? We're fun guys, so I am your giant puff football mushroom, and I'm joined by my other fun guys, Chris.
Shiitake mushrooms.
And Devin.
Angel one was.
I was just playing The Last of Us, and I know it's an actual thing, so I'm the cordyceps fungus.
Very good. I hate it. McBride.
I'm gonna be a little button mushroom.
Oh, button mushroom?
I turn
cute little
ants
button
into
mushroom.
zombies.
Surprised no one picked hedgehog mushrooms, actually.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, they're mushrooms that they're shelf mushrooms. I don't know if anyone knows what that is.
Oh, the ones that go in
I think
on
I do.
the trees?
Yeah, the ones that grow on the side of trees, and they're called sweet tooth mushrooms as well. It's their second nickname. Supposedly they're very sweet.
Oh, interesting.
I have mushroom knowledge, even though I extremely hate mushrooms.
You
I
have
was
a
trying
lot
to
of
figure
knowledge
that-
about obscure things, though.
You do.
A lot of them relate to nature.
Very true.
If you think about
I mean, when you live in a rainforest, you kind of need that knowledge, I feel.
I'm
You
not
have no
convinced
choice.
that she's not just a ranger in disguise.
No, she's a druid.
No. She's not. No, I think more ranger. All of her animal companions knows a lot about trees.
I
Yeah.
do know how to shoot a bow as well, so I can't detest this.
Can track you down.
Oops.
Kira's
No.
a
I've
ranger
been
confirmed.
Kira's just a not useless ranger.
So Gloomstalker.
Hey, I've never made a useless ranger in my life.
Gloomstalkers are so damn powerful though, compared to everything else.
So what am I? I am a ranger. I am a bard. I am a fighter. Anything else we want to add to Kira's class list?
You're a
Stop
smoker.
multiclassing.
You're a joker. You're a smoker. You're a
World-class
midnight
toker.
toker.
Midnight
That's
toker.
it. Midnight.
I hate you both.
I can't do that. I have to go back to the store to get more. I'm out.
Ah, I see.
I've been out for like a week.
Oh,
Everybody
no.
clap your hands.
Just out of the corner of my ear, I hear it. I'm like,
I didn't think that would work.
oh my goodness, it's beautiful. So we're getting on in time, I think.
I mean, generally
in
speaking,
general,
that's how
yes.
existence works.
Were you
We
going
just get
anywhere
on
with
with
this?
time.
My brain is pudding. You all know I'm already extremely irritated, so my brain is pudding beyond the I am irritated.
Yeah, because somebody mispronounced Star Trek. They called it Star Trunk.
Truck,
Don't
Star
forget
Trek.
Oh,
the King Kong.
no.
King Pong, for Klingon,
Spork.
and they thought it was a joke that people studied it in college, and I'm like, no, that's because an actual man who studies ancient languages created the language as a functioning language.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, I'm
So
pretty
yes.
sure that same guy, or at least another linguist, actually created the language from Atlantis.
It is the same man.
Oh,
I
interesting.
thought so.
It was the same man, yes.
And both Atlantis and Star Trek had Leonard Nimoy in it.
Yeah.
Leonard
Yeah,
Nimoy
that's
was the dad. Was the
Yeah,
dad in
he was the
Atlantis.
old guy.
6 degrees
Old
of Kevin
chief dude.
Bacon.
6 degrees of Leonard Nimoy.
Can we have more
Have you-
degrees of Leonard Nimoy? We need them all.
Have you guys heard the Ballad of Bilbo Baggins that he sang back in the 70s?
What?
Yes.
No.
What?
Leonard
Yeah.
Nimoy did like a random ass musical number for The Hobbit. He sings the Ballad of Bilbo Baggins, which is some random like hippie 60s song about Bilbo Baggins.
Yep.
That sounds
And he
amazing.
sings.
Wasn't Leonard Nimoy like also like a musician for a year or two? Like
Probably.
he has an album.
I believe it.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah, I think.
I know he appeared in the Lazy song
You don't have a
when that
voice
came
like
out.
Smooth Sandpaper and not release an album with it.
Yeah. I always remember being really freaked out when he showed up as one of the Transformers in the Transformers movies. And it was terrible, but like I just remember hearing Leonard Nimoy come out of one of them. I was like, oh no, they got Leonard Nimoy too.
Which
Oh, dear.
one did Leonard Nimoy play?
He was it. Whichever was the one that didn't have Megan Fox in it. I think that was
Wasn't
the
that
third one.
3 or 4.
Oh, yeah, no, it was the third one because it still had Shia LaBeouf, but it didn't have Megan Fox. I remember
There
that
we go.
specifically.
Oh.
I don't remember anything else about it.
Okay.
But I just remember, and like Leonard Nimoy was like the Transformer. He was like Optimus Prime's like mentor, and he's like, but I'm actually bad at working with the Decepticons for some reason.
I remember that
yeah,
now.
the old ass plane dude or something.
Yeah, and I just always
Yeah.
remember because at one point he just goes, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. I'm like, fuck off! I already know you're Leonard Nimoy. Stop quoting Star Trek at me.
Yeah, I was right. He was a country singer.
You know what? I kind of want to see more of his country singing. I mean, unfortunately, he's passed. He's
Dead.
passed on now, but
He's been dead for like
he's been dead
6
for about
years.
6 years.
Little under. Supposedly he died in February.
I always remember he guest starred on the show Fringe, which was
Yep.
really good. I really liked Fringe.
I still never watched all of it.
It's very good, actually. It's one of those shows where it's like every season's kind of like a slightly different thing going on, but it's all generally connected. It's like X-Files type stuff, but dealing with like really, really, like it's named Fringe after like fringe science. Although like
I don't know what that means.
they go so far beyond the general like what's generally possible with science, but still, it was a pretty neat show, and yeah, Leonard Nimoy was on it for a little bit.
I just learned 2 things because I brought up his IMDb, and I've learned 2 things that I'm kind of confused about. He was in Kingdom Hearts.
Yes,
oh, yeah,
he was.
Yeah, he was.
He was
2
a
of them?
bad guy in one of the
No, he
Kingdom
wasn't
Hearts.
a bad guy.
Oh,
Leonard-
yeah,
oh,
he
yeah,
was.
no, he was that guy.
He
yeah.
was
Xehanort?
Xehanort.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
wait, no, are you sure he wasn't Ansem, the really badly wrapped up Ansem?
But no, that was Christopher Lee.
Right, that's what I was missing out.
Christopher Lee was in it, and honestly, I'm just imagining them
Also, there's,
describing the plot of Kingdom Hearts to Christopher Lee and Leonard
But
Nimoy.
also at the same time, like, Ansem and Xehanort, they're the same person.
I'm
as
afraid
Xehanort.
your
They're the
time's
same
run
person
out,
until they
Mickey.
split up into 4 different people, and then one of them goes inside some other person,
This-
but not like that.
This
and
bad
it's
boy
like
can hold so many souls inside of him.
it's oh god. I know we've already tried to ravel
please not.
around the plot
Please-
of Kingdom
please.
There's
Hearts.
literally 4
Not
people,
again.
5 people that are the same fucking person.
Not again. The other thing I was confused about is,
We've
like,
discussed
I didn't know he was in any video games, and he's in several. He's the narrator in Civ 4.
In what?
Civilization 4.
Huh.
I never played. I don't think I played 4. But I think I played. Well, we can actually check. 1 sec. Where's
To the interwebs.
to my Steam account? Yeah, no, I never played 4. It was 5 and 6 I've played. I didn't know that. The narrator who like narrates everything. So I kind of need to play that game now. I need to listen to Leonard Nimoy tell me about civilizations and how horribly shitty everything is.
Yeah, I think I knew someone in high school whose like aunt, I think, used to date Leonard Nimoy.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why this is all coming back to Leonard Nimoy, but like we
The
got
Leonard
Six
Nimoy episode. We
degrees
start with
Leonard
mushrooms
Nimoy.
and with Leonard Nimoy.
Yep. Yep. I can't even remember, when, but yeah. So that
Well, it
happened.
doesn't. It's not, especially where the city we're in, where it's like 90% film studios,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and yet we still can't get anyone to come to our fan con.
Well, it's
What's
like
that?
well,
So stupid.
we get all of the CW actors who are already basically living here,
Yeah.
and we get a couple actors that were big in the 90s and are kind of, maybe 1 or 2 of them are going through a resurgence now. Like Brendan Fraser's coming back, and I'm really happy about that because I like
I
Brendan
was
so
so
Fraser.
sad
happy
I didn't
about
get
that.
to see him. I
Because
love my boy.
he's gonna be in this new Darren Aronofsky movie called The Whale about some dude who like weighs like 600 pounds and is slowly eating himself to death. Which sounds
terrible.
that sounds like something.
Really does.
Apparently, it's based off of some like really good stage play or something. But I don't know. All I know is it's Darren Aronofsky, so I'm like, there's gonna be some like swan shit going on in there. So, yeah, it's all I know is it's probably just gonna be really weird. But it's probably gonna get Brendan Fraser back on the map, and I'm really happy about that because,
He needs to be there.
Like honestly,
he deserves to be there.
I know they really shouldn't. Because everybody's kind of moved on from it by now, but like if they're able to get him and Rachel Weisz back to do another Mummy movie, like
no, I don't think they would.
I don't think they would because
no, they wouldn't.
I distinctly remember Rachel Weisz didn't come back for the third one because she read the script, and that's
bad.
pretty. Yeah, the third one was really bad. But like
also,
if they're
like,
able to. I don't know.
I don't think he would because didn't the third movie, because Brendan Fraser does some of his own stunts, it really fucked him up. He got super injured, didn't he?
He might have actually.
I think he like destroyed his back or something.
I believe it.
Yeah, because thing is, I think one of the reasons he kind of fell out of like the major all apparently is like his wife divorced him and took all of his money.
Yep.
Yeah, she took everything.
Yeah, I'm just like, wow. I felt like I remember hearing that, like I felt so bad for him because I'm just like, no,
my boy.
Leave Brendan Fraser alone. He seems like a really chill dude.
He's my boy, and you shouldn't harm
Didn't he
him.
have like a lot of bad shit going on for him for a while?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
you
you're
did.
saying. Yeah, I think.
Oh, sorry, I tuned out a little bit because this conversation was nothing I was really.
You tuned out a little bit because of the conversation. You tuned out a little bit because you're still not awake. Don't lie to
didn't
me.
some bad things happen to him? Like, yes, babe, we were just discussing the bad things that were happening to Brendan
Listen,
Fraser.
I don't care about a lot of things.
Don't lie to me. I know better.
What do you
He says as you've been hyperfixating on your webcomic for the past 3 fucking days.
It's not my fault. Blame TV tropes. I can provide context if needed.
No, this is the podcast of no context.
No context.
There's no context ever in this podcast.
No context,
We don't
January,
provide
it's fine.
context.
But also, if you would like to torment yourself, read Unordinary.
I think I have.
It hurts.
Pretty sure I have. I think I stopped reading it.
Yeah. I wish I could.
My attention span is all of like 2 minutes.
That's fair.
Yeah, I got bored of it. I have read it. It's... Yeah. So anyone else got... Besides... Oh, yeah, we got into this topic because I was irritated. Irritation!
Yeah. Oh, speaking of irritation, I can bring up something.
Ooh.
There we go.
Ooh.
So, you remember last episode, and I had my bad 3-day, where everything bad happened in threes.
Yes.
All within,
In 3 hours?
2 hours.
For the morning.
Yeah. So, last week when we were up in Seashell, and we were getting ready to go, everything was fine. Everything was totally fine. The weekend worked out great. It was totally fine. And then I bring the suitcase to the back of my car to like put it in the trunk. I didn't put it in the trunk, but I put it behind the car, thinking like, okay,
Oh no.
I'm gonna leave it there. That way it'll
leave it
remind
behind?
myself to put it in the trunk. Let me get there. We put the rest of the stuff in the car. We say our goodbyes, and then we get in the car. They have a gravel driveway that's pretty long and a little windy. I start backing up. I pay no mind at all because I don't even see it. I back up all the way out of the gravel driveway onto the road, and then off we go. We're about halfway to the ferry at this point. It had been about 20-25 minutes, and all of a sudden Vic gets a FaceTime from her mom, and all it shows is just all I see at least is just a picture of the suitcase battered to shit sitting in front of their front door because the FedEx guy had come around and noticed it in the middle of the road and brought it to their door. And so,
Well, at least
naturally,
the FedEx guy
I was
nice.
extremely frustrated.
Oh no.
We turn around, we go back, we check everything that's inside. Everything was fine, thankfully. And then, because we wanted to catch I think it was the 3:30, I think. So we had to wait until...
Yeah, you were going to catch the 3:30.
Yeah, because Kira and I were going to record that day. And that didn't fucking happen.
Nope.
Yeah, we
I
didn't
just
get
played more
home until
Minecraft.
probably 7:30ish.
Damn.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was. Oh. I was wondering what. I thought you were just like, oh, you just missed that ferry or it was full or something. Nope.
I wish that was the case, but nope. I decided to take my suitcase on a dirt journey.
I'm so sorry, darling.
Better shit, just like my
Oh
dreams.
man.
Oh,
That's-
dear. Yeah.
God. That's
On the
fu-
plus
it's
side,
kinda
we're
funny,
going
though.
we're going to the mall today, and hopefully, either see how much it would be to replace the screen on my phone or get a new phone. So we'll see what happens.
Oh nice.
We still haven't gotten a new phone.
I'll probably end up getting a new phone anyways. Just whatever. But yeah.
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 Sometimes it's just actually cheaper to get the new phone.
I know it usually is, and I've had this phone for probably coming on 3 years now. So like, it's gonna be cheaper to get a new one.
Remember when you used to buy things that were electronic and they would last for 400 years?
Yes.
Yep.
I miss those days.
I
I do
remember
too.
specifically having my old flip phone, my Nokia, like we
You
were
had
like
that
the
flip phone
the screen
for
slides up.
years.
Oh yeah.
Oh
I had one
yeah,
of those.
for years because it was fucking amazing.
I had a phone
Like-
like,
phone.
I could leave that thing uncharged for like a week, and then
Yep.
I would only have to recharge it. This phone, my new phone, it's great. Don't get me wrong, but I have to charge it like every day.
that. Welcome to smartphones.
Like nobody's
I have
made
a
their
funny
batteries
story
to
about
last anymore.
Nokias.
Well,
They don't.
What else? It's not just necessarily that the batteries aren't made to last. Is that there's been no new innovations in batteries.
Yeah.
Because there's so much power required in a in a mini computer is what we're carrying around.
Yeah.
We're carrying a mini computer around.
There's more
And-
power in my phone than there was that launched the first space station.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there's so much power in this phone that requires so much energy with all of these apps, but the batteries themselves have not grown to accommodate that. And they don't really care. Because then they can keep selling you chargers.
Well, exactly. They can keep selling you chargers,
It's
and
also planned obsolescence.
it's planned obsolescence. So it's like, oh hey, let's give you the exact same thing we already gave you, but slightly shittier. And it's like, there you go.
That's why you never ever ever buy a phone when it just comes out. You
No.
always buy when a new phone model comes out, you buy the last phone like the
Yeah, you always buy the one previous.
like if it's
Yeah.
a 7, you buy the 6 because that means that they fixed all the bugs in that one.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to really worry about it. I used to have one of those slide phones. I really actually loved it because it made cool sounds, and I loved the little keyboard there because I've got fat fingers that doesn't really like typing on a touchscreen. But it also had a touchscreen thing. It was like an LG, and literally the only reason why I stopped using that phone and had to switch is because there was some sort of manufacturing error or something where every time or every couple times I would try to text, my phone would turn off. Just
That's
something.
funny though.
No, not when you're
Interesting.
trying to send a text to your imagine you're in an emergency and you're trying to get a hold of your mother and your phone just turns off, so you have to wait for it to reboot.
That's fair. God, I think the main thing I miss about my old flip phone is it wouldn't transfer the photos over onto my smartphone, and my phone didn't have a micro SD card in it. So I
Oh, yeah.
lost one of my favorite photos in the world, which I cannot get back because
you
they
have-
fixed the sign.
Do you have
No, my phone broke. Like it died.
Ah.
Like there was
I
no
was gonna
saving
say-
that phone.
What I would normally do is if it has like a micro USB charger, plug that with a USB, transfer that into your computer, and then transfer the computer photo into your phone.
Yeah,
Like,
this
go
phone
into the-
didn't have a USB charger. It was old.
Oh yeah.
But the photo I had is at my dentist at the time. Every time, this dentist no longer works there, so I couldn't replace the photo. Their name was Dr. Vass, and someone always ripped off the V, so it was Dr. Ass.
Oh boy.
I had a picture of that. That was my background for like years. Dr. Ass.
That would be Barnabas's phone screen.
That would be Barnabas as a doctor.
Yeah.
True.
Barnabas would never be a doctor. He would be posed as a doctor and then just attempt to seduce whoever he was working on.
You say that, but again, he is a cleric.
Well, I mean, no, he would just be a pancreatic
Technically.
doctor, but not help.
No, he's
Yeah.
a proctologist.
That's what I
He's
mean.
a
Thank
doctor
you.
of the dick.
The pancreas is the whole thing about the
Other end there, Devin.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I was just going off of my own reality there.
He's a proctologist.
I am aware of where the pancreas is.
You know, the P spot.
One day, soon, in about 12 weeks, we will have the Barnabas episode.
We will
Oh,
have
God,
the Barnabas
yeah.
episode.
12
Yes,
weeks.
and speaking
And so
of,
is he.
we are on Spotify.
Yes.
yeah.
I
We
have
are.
one sec.
You
We are now
very
on.
busy McBumbles.
Yes.
Yeah, God,
have
I
been
just
very
got
busy.
email after email after email after email after email.
Yes, we're on
I was just-
Spotify and something called like Podcast Gate or something like that. We're on a few of them now. We're still waiting to hear back from Google Play and iTunes and stuff like that. But the big thing, we're on Spotify. That's the big thing.
Yeah, I myself have followed us on Spotify.
Yep.
We are now on Pocket Casts.
That's what it
We are
is.
on
Thank you.
Spotify. There's more. We are on Radio Public.
Ooh. I've
We
heard of
are
that one.
on Breaker. I don't even know what that one is.
Okay.
And we are on Google Podcasts.
Oh, we are on Google Podcasts.
As of-
Okay, cool.
As of 5 days ago, we are now on Google Podcasts.
Yes. Okay, so we're all on there. Check the description. All the links will be there. Our socials, they'll be in the
Yes.
description there as well. So
Yes, I just, there was that day you started doing all of them, and I just watched my phone buzz because it's connected to my phone.
yeah,
That
same
email,
here.
I was just going and going and going. I'm like, I even wrote in the chat, I'm like, someone's been busy.
I know. Well, I was just on a roll, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna actually do it. I keep talking about that I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it.
You go and do it.
And then all of a sudden, like within 2 days, you're just like, congratulations, you're on 4 things. Like, okay, cool, thanks.
I am kind of sad because we can't get sponsors off of that.
I know. I have sent them a message regarding that, so I'm still in talks with them to figure out if we can.
Yeah, they sent
work
you the
something out.
message back without replying.
Yeah.
What?
Did you see that? We have
I
an
did see
email.
that.
They emailed us. They hit the reply button, I'm guessing. So when you reply on an email, it sends your email back. But usually you write underneath it, and they wrote nothing. So it's just our email back to us.
Cool.
What does that even mean?
I was just like, I read it thinking there would be
Somebody did
more.
that by accident.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is very nicely worded. This is a very well thought out email. Makes sense. And I'm like, okay, where's the response?
Mm-hmm.
They just hit the reply button and not write anything.
You could always like send the email back saying something like, just like, hey, was this meant to happen? Like, was there
Is
a
this
reply here?
intentional? Is this a
Yeah.
power move? If you want to play the power game, I will play the power game with you.
Right?
It's the power game.
It's where you
It's-
both fight for power.
I mean,
It's
yes.
where you
No.
both compete with your E. BDE.
Fair.
Yeah, it's called pulling power moves until someone wins,
Until someone gives.
and it's
With all
not
due
Kira.
respect, which is none.
Hey,
Not to you, that's just a fun thing to say. It's like saying that would be a power move.
yeah, that would be a power move. I liked the power move we heard from your friend Devin of, I can't even remember what it was, but I had a picture of the dice in my mouth, and he threw me into a category on
Jeremy.
on role models. I was trying not to say names because it's rude.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Where did they throw you again?
I'll cut
I don't
it.
even remember. It was in
It was in role models on Jackbox.
so we can't access it. but it was something all of you did, and I was like, I didn't expect you to play this game, child, because that's my child now. I adopted him. He's mine.
Yep.
Yeah, he's trying to deny it. It's like, no.
He
don't get
tried,
this.
but he also did say yes, Mom, at one point, so he accepted it.
Several times.
Yep, you did.
It's like, you don't understand. You've already accepted it. You have no choice.
Yeah, exactly. This is how the game works.
You joined the game chat. You are officially Kira's.
Yeah, the game chat.
You belong to
Hey,
Mother now.
it took him longer. Kira stole me the first time we met.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I didn't even try, though.
I don't even remember when was the first time you met Kira.
Victoria's place.
No, I think it was actually your birthday.
It was at Victoria's house.
No, yeah, because Kira
Yeah,
wasn't there
I
on my
think so.
birthday. Because
Right.
we were all at a pub.
Yeah.
It was
That was when I met Jade, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you met Jade and me at the same time.
No, I met Jade.
No, you met. They
I met Jade briefly first.
briefly at a pub that we were at.
You were wearing Jacksepticeye gear, and I actually didn't know what it was. I just saw fun
Oh.
eyeballs.
Yes.
That's what I thought when I first met them.
Fun eyeballs!
Fun eyeballs.
I wanted to prove my cred by wearing nerd stuff. That's pretty much what it was. It was
And
me
good
like,
on ya.
hey, I wonder if any of these... I was like, does anybody know Jacksepticeye? If I wear this, will anybody acknowledge me?
I mean, since we started dating, we've all pretty much just gotten into D&D. So I think you've upped our geek cred a
Considering
little bit.
I think it's my fault.
I think it's your fault because we
'Cause-
started playing with your mother,
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
and then we started playing with Kira,
Yeah, because it was like...
and then now we
I think
now we
we
start
all
playing
just
with
started
me.
mentioning, like, talk about how we've all wanted to get into D&D. It's like, well, my mother
Yeah.
could DM.
And how bad of an idea was that?
It wasn't a bad idea because we all started playing D&D after that.
Yeah.
That is true. One day we'll do that D&D podcast. One
One
day.
day.
One day.
Should come
It's
up
there,
with a good
staring
D&D
us in the face.
guide.
It is. I can see it.
Yep. You know what else is staring us in the face? Some lines, perhaps.
Honestly.
Oh, everyone's taking my throne.
Everyone gets
thing
a
is-
chance at a segue. Mine was terrible.
Everyone gets one.
I didn't want to say, but
Everyone
You-
gets
you
one.
could have said some lines on a page.
okay. So, if we're ready to get started,
Oh god.
well,
No.
I don't know what that voice
What's
was.
the way?
Never,
If that's the
there
voice,
better
no.
not be an NPC in that. In D&D with that voice.
Oh,
I
you
will
don't
murder
even
him.
know.
I will murder him. He will go splat like the gnome.
Hey, that was
Give
my
us
job.
some lines,
Yes, I know.
Devin.
Alrighty then. Oh god, I can't stop. I can't stop.
I'm sorry,
7
but not sorry at the same time.
So, we have our first first song from the Canada's Top 100 list, and it goes like this. Rosetta, who are you talking about? Sweet Loretta Fart. She thought she was a cleaner, but she was a frying pan.
What?
Excuse
Now, did
me?
you mean to say fart?
Yes, I did mean to say fart. That is
That's
Why
the
don't
not-
I know this song?
That's not Evanescence.
It's not
It's
Evanescence.
definitely not
Why-
Evanescence.
I need this song in my life.
Is it Weird Al?
Confusion.
Nope. It's from a while ago.
Obviously. See, and yet weirdly enough, it sounds familiar.
Oops.
Why does it sound familiar? I don't know this song.
Yeah, sorry. Can you give the line again?
Yeah.
Rosetta, who are you talking about? Sweet Loretta Fart. She thought she was a cleaner, but she was a frying pan.
All I can think of is SpongeBob right now, and I'm sorry.
Do you guys want a year?
Sure?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So, this is where things get a little bit confusing for me, because this showed up in the Canada Top 100 for 1969, but the actual
Hey.
album the song came out in 1970.
It
What?
might have dropped as a single beforehand.
Okay.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Kind of like Take Me to Church versus like his actual
Yeah.
album.
So
Yes.
yeah, the song originally came out in 1969. The album it was a part of was the following year.
But we are under 2 minutes. May we have the chorus?
So I can't give you the chorus because it's literally just the title of the song repeated over and over. But I'll give you the line beforehand.
I was like, can we have
Okay.
part of the second verse?
Yeah.
Jojo was a man who thought he was a loner, but he knew it couldn't last. Jojo left his home in Tucson, Arizona, for some California grass.
Oh,
Oh my god, why
I
do
know that.
this?
Is this Eagles?
It's not the Eagles.
This song sounds actually familiar and weirdly.
It does. Where are they from?
I can hear that line you just said in my head
Arizona.
over and over again. To tune. Well, where are they from?
Where are they from? They are...
I think it's an American band.
Well,
I
yeah.
think so.
It's not an American band.
Really?
Oh.
They're from England.
The fuck?
Yeah, they're from England.
Tucson, Arizona, to get some California grass. Why does that sound so fucking familiar?
The Who?
Nope. You guys will be kicking yourselves when you realize who this is.
absolutely.
I already am because I can hear it in my head, but it's not there.
Okay, it's old enough.
We have
The
11
Beatles?
seconds.
The what?
He said this
Beatles?
Is the Beatles.
Actually, yes, it is the Beatles.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
And there's the timer.
Well-
It's not Hey Jude.
It's over. The timer's gone.
So, yeah, it is a song called Get Back
Oh,
by the Beatles.
I
Oh!
actually don't know that by the song, really.
Okay.
I probably heard it, but I don't actually know that song distinctly.
And it's funny because all I remember from Get Back is the chorus, and I know that it's like, Get Back, Get Back.
Yeah, it's like,
Get
I
Back.
can't.
I honestly just don't care about the Beatles that much, too.
I mean, fair.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. I think that they did great things for music at the time, but I also think that they're very overrated.
Thank you. I have had the same opinion for years.
And come at me, at least we'll get comments.
Oh, yeah,
Come
people
at me,
can
Scrub
ask you for
Lord, we're
that.
ripped.
Well, hey, we'll get comments.
I've insulted so many people on this podcast and no one's come at me yet, and I've been
Like,
very
that's the
True.
thing,
disappointed.
they're good. They definitely were really good for what they did for music at the time. However,
Alright.
people lord them as
Mhm,
saints
mhm.
nowadays, and they were not, and they're overrated.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Send me to the land of obscure.
the Land of
Alright.
Obscure. So
Can't
this
be any worse
obscure
where I
song-
sent you all last week.
Yeah, that one was, yeah. So the song goes like this. I've been down, now I'm blessed. I felt a revelation coming around. I guess it's right, it's so amazing.
Well, there's no bells.
That sounds vaguely familiar and I hate it.
It doesn't sound familiar to me, so.
No.
May I have a genre?
Genre? Country.
That might be why I find it
Oh,
familiar.
that's why I don't know anything.
Can you repeat it again?
I've been down, now I'm blessed. I felt a revelation coming around. I guess it's right, it's so amazing.
What year was this?
It was released in 2005.
Doesn't sound like Kenny Jackson.
It's not Kenny Chesney. Might be
Alan
Keith Urban,
Urban?
though.
Not Keith
It's
Urban,
not
Carl
Keith
Urban.
Urban.
Is it Alan Jackson?
Nope.
Oh,
No,
Carl
Alan
Urban's the
Jackson
actor.
wasn't
I meant
making
Keith
songs
Urban. God
anymore
damn
in the
it.
mid-2000s.
Because I'm pretty sure I remember he had a song
He-
that came out that everybody did the line
Garth
dance to.
Brooks.
He
In the
redid he redid an album, but he didn't do any more music. Brad Paisley?
Nope.
That's less than 2 minutes. Can we have the chorus?
Garth Brooks is not.
Garth Brooks was like more than 90s, wasn't he?
Garth Brooks is still making music now.
So the chorus, I can't say the first line, but I'll go after it from the second line. Take me to the place you cry from, where the storm blows your way. I want to be earth that holds you. Every bit of air you're breathing in.
That sounds really familiar somehow.
It's not Big and Rich. That's too nice for them.
Willie Nelson?
It is not
No.
Willie Nelson.
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know country.
Toby Keith?
Nope. I will say,
Like
it's not a
Chesney?
man.
Oh.
Oh, it's a woman.
Taylor
Miranda
Yep.
Lambert?
Nope.
That's not country.
Taylor Swift was
Shania
country.
Twain.
What's
Not
that
Shania
other
Twain.
person's name?
Lady Antebellum is a band though.
It's not a lady.
It is a band. It
Yeah.
has a woman, but it is a band.
And Taylor Swift was not country at that time anymore. At that time, she was
No.
country. At
Was
one point.
Taylor Swift
She
around in
was
2005?
at one point.
Yep.
Yeah.
What the
Actually,
fuck?
she
She did,
was
like,
still
tear-
country in
Oh yeah, that's right.
2005.
Yeah, no, because she did like
Was
teardrops
she?
on my guitar.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
But it's not that song because I actually had that song memorized for a while.
Yep. Same here.
15 seconds.
I have no fucking clue.
Oh God.
I'm gonna.
trying to
I
think
feel
of
like I'm
the
gonna
other
kick
person.
myself.
Fuck it, Dolly Parton.
It is not Dolly Parton.
Oh, okay.
Although I really got to use a Dolly Parton song on here at some point because
We started
So-
the game with Dolly Parton.
We did.
we did. So the song was "Inside Your Heaven" by Carrie Underwood.
Oh,
That's who I
Underwood.
was trying to think
Forgot about
of.
her. Don't even know her that song, but I forgot that Carrie Underwood existed.
And I was gonna
I was
mention
trying to
it's like,
think of
oh,
it.
she won American Idol, but I can't think of the
American
name.
Idol.
Which is funny because I also really liked her. Like I think Cowboy Casanova was by her,
Yeah, I think so.
and so was Before He Cheats, and I really liked those songs actually.
I think
I
you
love
are
that one.
correct.
I prefer Cowboy Casanova over Before He Cheats, but I actually
Yeah,
have
that's
both
fair.
of those songs memorized.
Yeah.
All right. We're all gonna
I
hate
am
ourselves in
being
a minute.
exposed.
Devin,
All
what
right.
movie are we doing?
Yeah, let's do some
Well,
heckin' movie
you'll have
lines.
to guess. As for the line, I'll be pretty sad if nobody gets this.
We're not gonna get it.
No pressure.
We're pretty dumb.
I saw my whole life flash before my eyes.
Oh god.
It was very boring.
That's
Why
it.
do I know this?
That sounds so fucking familiar.
Oh.
I don't know, but it sounds so familiar.
Oh, fuck, Chicken Run.
Yep.
Yes!
Yep.
Oh, but
Uh,
who says it?
I
That's
don't-
the
It's that
thing.
movie you call
It's the fat
It's
chicken
the fattest one.
with the
Yeah.
purse.
What was her name?
And she always knits.
I'm just gonna say Loretta because that sounds like a weird name. Penny.
Oh, I don't remember her name.
Henrietta.
Like Bonnie or something?
I thought it was like Jenna or something.
Oh, I
No.
can't remember.
Henrietta for the pun. Suzanne.
Nope.
I don't know.
Can we
It's
ask
it's a
who-
slightly strange name.
Gertrude.
Can we ask who played this person, the chicken?
Oh. Oh shit.
You don't have that memorized.
Well, I like 98% I remember who that actress was, but I just want to make absolutely sure.
McBride gets that point for a chicken run though.
Come on.
Is it Dot?
It is not Dot.
Damn.
I can even see the scene in my head.
I know. That's all I see now.
I've seen Chicken Run once.
That was a good movie. I missed that movie.
It was a really
Don't
good
get
movie.
we should not get Devin started on Chicken Run because he'll start that same conversation he says every time.
It was a lady named Jane Horrocks who voiced her.
Okay, I don't know.
I was about to say, like, we still have a minute left. What are you going on about?
Oh, God. What was her name?
Actually, that was pretty close.
What, Dot
What?
or
No. That was what?
Babs?
Yeah.
Oh. What?
Yeah. That's it.
Chris got it, I guess.
Excuse me?
Well, huh. I get a movie point?
Yeah.
Well, the
Okay.
timer's still going. So,
But
yeah,
I got
that's a
it.
point.
Yeah, that's a point.
You
That
got
is
it.
Indeed.
Oh, only because the sound sounded close to Ba, which is the only name that's close to that, and an old lady name is Babs.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
my-
no, you are right.
I was like, it's gotta be an old lady name, like Barbara, which is what Babs is short for. That's
Barbara.
Oh, that was great.
It's like I think I got the song at one point just through complete guess, and yeah, I remember what that was like. That was interesting.
That was interesting. That was
Oh, that was
the
good.
fuck is going on?
Right?
And I love how I when we do the podcasts, I think people know that I'm doing the podcast at this rate because someone always messages me every
Well,
time.
I mean, we kind of have a set
Every
time that
time.
we do it more or less, depending on whether or not I'm awake.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay.
It's
I
funny.
always
we
know.
were.
I was gonna
You
say I
always
always
know?
know when there's about like 10 to 15 minutes left because I'll get a text from Beck asking if we're done.
That's fair. No, I was like, there are days when like we've delayed the podcast to the evening and no one bothers me in the entire fucking day. I'll be alone doing whatever. And as soon as we start the podcast, I'll get 4 beeps.
Yep.
I almost wonder if like you have a tell when you like if you stop responding on Discord or your Discord goes into a different like setting, and maybe that's why everybody just knows.
My Discord always says I'm online because I never close it.
Well, no, but like if it goes into like away or something, or
It doesn't go away. It only goes away when I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
If I'm on the computer, it stays online.
I don't know. Maybe it's a sixth sense. I was like, oh,
Maybe
Kira's
it's the
busy.
thing.
Time to message.
That's generally how it goes.
Well, it's really funny because like when we were waiting for Chris to get up this morning, I wanted to just go in and wake them up, but I was on the couch playing the video game, and Kiki decides to get on my legs and just stretch all out. So I'm like, well, I can't get up. And then I suddenly realized, oh, I really have to pee.
That's how it goes, yeah.
That's how it
Yeah.
goes. And then I'm like, okay, I'll have to get Kiki off me eventually, because eventually I won't be able to control myself any longer. And then Boomy decides, I'm going to jump right on your bladder.
Oh,
Like, right on my stomach, and then just, like, crawls down, and I'm like, no. And then they start, like, nipping at each other a little bit, because they're invading each other's personal space, and I'm just like,
Yep.
I am
yep.
here.
oh, every time you put pressure on my stomach, I almost pee on one of you.
Yeah.
All the worst is, since there's so many people down here that just live here, I was sitting on the couch once waiting for the bathroom. And I had my cat, obviously. My cat's somewhere nearby me 90% of the time. And then the other cat appeared, and she sat right on my thigh. And then Regs came up, and then Luna was, like, at my shoulder, and I'm like, as long as no one stands on my gut.
So what does Luna do?
Exactly. That is exactly which one that did it.
I know, because she's the demon.
So she jumped, she hit my gut and jumped off. Keisha saw this
Oh no.
and it bolted behind me, so she also went over my gut. And then Snowcloud decided to sleep, like crawl across my lap and just continuous pressure there. And I'm like,
Oh.
I have
It's
to
okay.
pee so bad.
It's so funny when like I'll be like laying on the I'll be like sitting in the under the covers like just playing video games or whatever, because sometimes I'm just like I'm cold and I kind of just want to chill under the weighted blanket, and the 2 cats, well, they'll both decide to keep me company, and then they'll both decide that no, I was here first, and therefore they will use my leg as like a blockade so they can fucking attack each other against my leg so they can't get away. Or equally as stupid at 2 a.m. when, because keep in mind, Boomy is smart enough that if you leave any little crack in in a door, he will open it up, especially if you're on the toilet because he wants to sit on your lap.
Yep.
These 2 idiots decided to fight because they couldn't get the door open because they were in front of the door fighting. They were blocking themselves from getting out.
Smart. Animal.
Yeah.
Sometimes cats are so smart, guys.
They're so smart.
So
Sometimes.
smart.
And then, of course, later on, because I toss and turn a lot, and all of a sudden I just see them, and Kiki's like laying in her spot long on Devon's legs, and Boomy, who cannot sleep in his spot between Devon's legs, is curled up beside him. Because that's the way the cats sleep. If your legs are together, the cat Kiki must be long. If your legs have any amount of room between them, Boomy will sit between them.
Because apparently when I'm in bed, I'm just a regular pussy magnet.
7 pillows.
I'm not mad. I am not sorry. I will strike again.
No, you won't, because you will be dead.
I mean, I really don't want to go to work tomorrow. Could you just...
Ben's kind of the same way. Like every now and then, if and when he decides to sleep in our bedroom, because I always sleep on my back and my legs are always usually apart, so he just kind of nuzzles himself right between there, which is fine for the most part. Until I decide, no, I'm going to go to my side now. And then, of course, I have to maneuver around the cat, to which, I tried to do my best. All right, I'm just going to lift the one leg. I'm going to tuck it in around, and everything's going to be fine. And just when I think that everything's fine, then he's like, oh, no, well, you don't fucking want me here? Fine, I'll just fucking leave. Just but I did everything to make sure that it fucking...
It's also frustrating for me.
I tried so hard.
I fought so long, and in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Thank you.
But it's also so frustrating for me because Devon has long legs.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a queen bed. I often am trying not to be pushed off the bed because the cat wants more space, so therefore legs must go farther, so therefore I must condense into a ball of rage. And that's even after I'm fighting to steal some of the blankets.
Yeah, no, it's really great because it's just, that meme of Meg in Family Guy, where she's sprawled out on the ground and her legs are kind of apart because it's after Peter's whacked her with a baseball bat accidentally.
Accidentally.
Accidentally. There's someone put a great meme. It's this is what happens when you want to sleep on your side when you have a cat, and it's just a picture of that meme, but it's just there's a cat wedged between her legs.
Yeah.
And because you turned your back, but your legs are still facing upward, so you're just twisting your body into this horrible position.
And it's funny because it's also always Devon because of the way, the cats... Kiki learned this very, very early on. Boomy has now learned it. I toss and turn too much for them to sleep on me. Therefore, they will not sleep on my chest unless I am, awake. They will not sleep on my, legs unless I am actually awake. Because if I'm trying to sleep, I will toss and turn, and I will kick them off.
No, babies.
Devon, meanwhile, does not move once he's asleep. He might toss and turn, every few hours.
Late at night, I toss and I turn.
No, I'm singing podcast.
It's not allowed here.
Not allowed! Not allowed!
We need to do a Jackbox thing one day.
God, we do.
We
We
should.
have to be very careful about what games.
Yes, we cannot do the internet game.
We
on the
could.
pod. We could.
Could we,
but
though?
No.
It's
With our humor?
It's not a matter of whether or not we could, it's a matter of whether we should.
There you go.
I mean, the only thing we have to do is we have to make sure that we're abundantly clear, we do not condone.
we do not
anyone
condone
is
these
said.
messages.
We do
But
not
the
condone
point
these
is to make the
messages.
other person look terrible.
Yeah.
So we
and we
did.
have dark humor.
The internet game brings out such a dark
It's
part of me in
it's
terms
a
of my
very
humor.
condensed version of Cards Against Humanity, and now I want to play Cards Against Humanity. I want to play Cards Against Humanity so bad. We should play.
Well, we should just play the online version
Yeah.
at some point.
That's Sizzy.
It's so bad though.
I mean, it's not great, but
I don't know. I always had a good time with it.
Horrendous.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe because it was my first introduction to Cards Against Humanity without actually having Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah,
So, like,
it's-
I never actually had a bad time with it.
you messed it up, man. I have to actually click the message now. Cause someone else is messaging me at the same time, even though I told them I'm doing the podcast still. So I'm watching it
Like 10 minutes.
go in the corner, but Chris messaged at the same time. I was like, damn it! I have to actually click it now.
It was just me typing the name of the game so that we also remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, speaking of the game, you guys all lost.
Fuck you.
It's so funny because on Facebook I posted that old message of like how the game became.
Yeah, I was
How
so salty.
the game became.
And it's so funny because like I don't understand, like it's so weird to think like there's people out here who like are in like high school that never heard of this.
Yep.
Never heard of it. What the fuck? I don't like being old, and I'm technically I think the youngest here.
Yeah.
You
I
are
think
the
so.
youngest.
Because I think it's between you and me on who's the youngest.
Technically yes, but
And I think you're
I'm closer
older.
to Devin's age, and I also am the grandmother of the group somehow.
And while also being the child.
You are all
Do
my
I-
children. You cannot deny this.
Do we need to talk about when you and I had to be controlled because we were in a grocery store and kept running off?
Hey, I wander constantly,
Oh,
and
that
I
was
knew exactly
fun.
where
Grabbed
I
me
was
and
going.
dragged me off to candy.
Yep. That's what
and
happened.
Cheese.
Yeah, I was at the cheese section. I was buying cheese.
You grabbed me to drag me along with you. I was an innocent bystander that dragged you then to chocolate.
The chocolate was just behind us because it was
Well,
all
yeah,
displayed
exactly.
for Christmas.
Yeah.
Was it Christmas?
And then McBride comes up just disappointed in us.
Okay, guess what,
Looking at
guys?
cheese and
Seeing the both
chocolate.
of you.
This is almost a year of fucking the Backstreet Boys reunion tour.
Almost.
No.
That's not gonna make sense to anybody except McBride and me.
Yep. Yeah,
No.
this coming March, like beginning of March, will be a full year that I've been working from home.
Ooh, yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Which is funny because like we have weekly meetings as well, and like everybody's all like, "Oh, I want to come back to the office," and this, the other thing, and then there's me, and just like, I'm totally fine with just continuing to work from home.
If
Like,
only my
can I-
internet was
can
just
I just-
slightly
can I-
better, I would be fine.
Right? It's like, y'all can go back to the office. I'm just gonna stay here in my own little bubble that I have going on here, and everything's gonna be great.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, I need to
I
talk to
know.
like one of the managers about getting more hours because, man, it's so hard because like we have 3 full-timers and they take up all of the hours, and it's like, cool, I'm glad that you guys get full-time, but I'm also technically the only difference between me and a full-timer is that I have specific days or times that I try not to have shifts purely for D&D or podcast. And like technically I could work around them, but it's just easier on everybody else if I, instead of like trying to find days that work, if I just have days that I know we always do and I just don't have work those days. But as a result, I'm getting like 1 shift a week again. It's like, guys, I've talked about this. This is not enough to pay my rent. And if you guys don't smarten up, I'm gonna look for another fucking job.
Yep.
Like, I can't deal with this.
Yeah.
It's starting to piss me off.
Money, sadly, is how we need words. Words.
Yeah.
Life needs
I
things
getcha.
to live.
Thank you. Money, capitalism.
Yes, that's what it all comes
Yeah,
down
it's kind of the root of pretty much everyone's anxieties.
Yeah.
to. Yup.
Thanks, capitalism.
But hey, it's like
Thanks.
well, there was a thing I read somewhere where it was like, capitalism is the best of the worst systems that don't work.
Exactly.
Because, like,
That's
no-
the best way
Yeah.
of describing it.
No government system works, but capitalism works.
It works just enough to keep on going.
Yeah, barely.
It's barely a self-sustaining
We're
organism.
hitting late stage capitalism, but it's also like, well, what other systems work? Not many
None.
of them. Socialism maybe. If
What are
you're
you talking
careful
about?
it.
Communism worked great.
Here's the downside Like, I remember. You know,
So
funny,
I will admit I only paid attention to half the conversation, but I do know last night someone was telling me about a book about a guy that I can't even remember who wrote it, but it was about capitalism and how it actually is a good system. I disagreed with that until they explained it. Again, I was 90% asleep, and he pointed out the way the Americans and probably almost everyone else is using capitalism is actually the incorrect way to use it.
Exactly.
Which is true. It is not the way capitalism was meant to work. So
yeah, that's because the American system is an oligarchy.
That is a good point. It's just like
that's the problem.
The system itself isn't the worst, but it's also you got to look at how, like, especially America uses it. Well, because America also has a really
it's
an
oligarchy.
long
It's
history.
It's not a democracy.
Well, it's just this. It's one big long history of just basically
shit show after shit show after shit show.
Slowly changing everything to work in their favor and everyone else's.
And I remember in like grade 10, like it was like grade 10 social studies, and we were studying about things like communism, capitalism, and all that stuff. And I'm like, even like on paper, communism doesn't sound bad. On paper. Problem is, as well, is that people are fundamentally, there's a lot of innate things that humans have, and unfortunately one of them is greed and a desire for power. Largely because the world is so scary out there that we have to have some sort of way to have power as a way of feeling safe. And as a result, any system that has the potential for abuse to be used for others
will be abused.
So all of them?
Because as much we are a social species, we do come in with empathy and compassion. We also come in with self-serving desires, and it's going to be abused no matter what we do. You just have to find the best of it.
Yeah.
So none.
I love how this podcast started off with us talking about mushrooms, and now we're talking about the pros and cons of capitalism and socialism.
I had the nice fun time. I'm like, I'm going to talk about mushrooms, and it's going to be great, and it'll be a happy day, and it'll be podcasts, and I won't be... And then capitalism happened.
And then capitalism.
I thought we would, like, segue into cooking or something.
I can't.
So, oh my god. So, sorry, this just reminds me of something that happened yesterday. I was playing The Last of Us Part 2, and, like, I know we've kind of agreed that, like, Kira should never play it, but I kind of reminded myself as to why, because you end up as Ellie having to fight guard dogs at a couple of various points. And...
Oh yeah, those are really bad.
Oh, I came across a kill on one of them, because, like, one of them, because they're always paired with a human, and it's like you take out the human first, the dog starts worrying about the dead human, and vice versa. You kill the dog first, the person gets really upset that you killed their guard dog. So I had one, but the thing is, they sense you, so it's like, with me, partially I think it's because I've never had a dog, but also it's like, at least for me, it's like, okay, cool. When the dog starts actively trying to kill me, I'm like, nope, okay, you're done, you're done, Sparky. But I had given Ellie this axe as a melee weapon.
Yeah.
And usually if you take down a dog, they're at least pretty generally, it's not super explicit. Like, you just kind of whack the dog and the dog goes down. And it's not too bad. It's not fun, but it's not too bad. This one, the dog jumps at me, I throw a brick at it, and then it doesn't do anything. It just kind of smacks the dog in the face. He's still bounding towards me, and I panic and I attack it with my melee weapon. Ellie proceeds to then take the axe out and cleave the dog's skull in half, and I was like, "Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm so sorry!" And I'm getting shot at, so I run away. I'm just like, "Oh my god! I didn't know I could do that."
Yeah.
It was. I just remember Chris afterwards being like, "Why do you play this game so much?" I'm like, "'Cause it's good. It's just traumatizing."
It's like, then I'm like, yeah, let me rephrase. Why would you play this game more than once?
Because catharsis. I don't know.
All right. On the note that I now want to go curl up in a corner and cry. I think that's
Right?
that I'm done.
It is
I'm
time.
done. I was expecting happiness with mushrooms, and I don't like what I got.
And well, I mean, admittedly, we did circle back to mushrooms.
We did circle back to mushrooms.
I don't like it.
Cordyceps.
I said happiness with mushrooms, not
We
depression.
turn ants into zombies.
And people, if you give it time.
Well,
Please.
No, it hasn't mutated to be able to take over an advanced brain yet. I don't even think it can do a dog yet.
But eventually.
It is actually there have been cases where it has been in larger animals like dogs and cats, but not many.
Yeah.
Yeah, on that note, we'll see you all next week. Remember, we are now on a bunch of different things. McBride, are we doing the thing you talked about?
I can't remember the thing that we talked about.
Are we doing it on Mondays?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I blacked out there for a second, but I'm back. Yes. So the podcast audio will be available on the audio platforms on Mondays, and then the regular YouTube videos will continue to be out on Wednesdays. So if you want to hear these episodes ahead of time, make sure you give us a follow on all of the other links that are in the description, and they'll be out on Mondays. If not, we're still going to be doing our regular Wednesday uploads on YouTube.
Yes. And on that note, don't forget to lick all the buttons. They're very delicious, I promise. The
they
like
mushroom
button
flavored this
is
time?
gonna be...
Sauteed
I
mushrooms.
don't know enough.
Mushrooms, garlic, and onions for.
Oh.
Well, you gotta have it. That's what you put on a steak.
Caramelized?
That's what you put on a steak, but...
Yes, of course.
I'm suspecting Kira is not a fan of this.
I'm
No.
thinking she's not a fan.
No,
She doesn't
I'm
like
not.
mushrooms.
But because it's been called for, the like button is now mushroom flavored, as much as I want to vomit for saying that. And because it's on my screen, the subscribe button is going to be piggier, because that's on my screens right now.
What?
Supposedly it's a type of mushroom as well, but all I can think of
Oh.
are chewed pig ears.
Okay.
Oh, to be fair though, I actually like those like the crispy bubbly pigskin things.
Oh God, no!
Yeah,
Stop, please
pork
stop.
Yes.
Pork rinds. Alright, those
I
are the
haven't
flavors
had
of our
those in a
buttons.
long
Don't forget
time.
to lick them. They're very delicious, I promise. Even though one of them wants to make me vomit. Rather eat the other thing. And we will speak to you all next week. Bye, guys!
Bye-bye!
Bye, everyone.